What's up, guys? It's Mark the Greatest, and today's video I want to talk about manage your emotions. Now, if you're new to my channel, please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, share this video, and we're gonna get right into this video, y'all. So, today I want to talk about managing your emotions, and a lot of people I think have trouble with this. There have been times where I've had trouble with this, but I want you guys to learn that managing your emotions can save your behind. And the reason why I say this is because if you don't manage your emotions in some situations, then you're going to get yourself in a lot of trouble. You're going to do some things that you're going to regret doing. And there have been so many times where I felt like I was on the break of doing something to someone or saying something that probably should not have been said, but I'm thankful that I managed my emotions because a lot of people say things to provoke a person, especially if you're a person that's like on the quieter side. A lot of people feel like, oh, that they can take advantage of that, and they're gonna say some things to try and get a reaction out of you. But I think these are one of the times to manage your emotions and to say, hey, I'm not gonna let what they say about me dictate what I do. Because if I let them dictate what I do, they now know how to control me, you know? And that is the last thing you guys want. Is you don't want people controlling your emotions. Because if other people can control your emotions, they can lead you to do things that they want you to do, and it's going to lead to your own demise. And maybe if you do something bad enough, maybe even the demise of others. So I'm just here to tell you guys, you got to learn how to manage your emotions, right? Because a lot of people, like I said, are going to provoke you. A lot of them are going to say things that aren't nice. There are even people that are going to be very passive aggressive toward you. Especially if you're a quiet person, or you're someone that's good looking, or someone that brings a lot of attention. A lot of people are going to hate on that. And I think that's why people provoke others, is because they don't like themselves and they wish to be somebody else, and they project that hate by saying something or provoking another person. And you just have to be careful with jealous people provoking you. You have to be okay. Um you have to be ready for people trying to mess with you or provoke you. Now, I'm not saying don't defend yourself, and if you're in a street fight, run if you can. If you can't, fight back the best as you wait at the best way that you can, and then run. So I'm not here to tell y'all what to do, but I'm just saying this is my advice. This is what I would do. But I'm just here to tell y'all, man, that managing your emotions can save you from a lot of trouble. And I know it has done for me, because I remember there were times where people said stuff about me and I could have lashed off. Like, some other person might have lashed off at that person or fought them or any number of things. But because I kept myself composed, and I didn't let what others thought about me control what I did, it saved me in the long run. If I would have lashed out and beat that person up, I probably would have been doing jail time. Especially as a black man, the prison system has no mercy on us, especially as blacks. So I'm here to tell you guys, manage your emotions, because there are going to be a lot of things that people do and say that are going to provoke you, but you can't fall for that. You just got to move on with your life and say, hey, man, they said what they said. I'm not going to let that bother me. That has nothing to do with me, you know? and I'm just gonna move on with my life. And that's how you have to be. And it's a hard thing to do. It's very hard, especially when people do very frustrating things to you or very dehumanizing things. Like I've had it happen to me. Like I remember one time, I was at a trash can one day, and I was holding the trash can open because it was one of those trash bins where it has one of those swing openers. So I was pushing it up, and then, I was like throwing my food away. I didn't, I didn't want any more of my food, so I was scraping it off my plate. And then all of a sudden, while I was doing that, this one guy, he threw his straw away in the same trash can that I was at. When, he could have went around or any number of things, but he chose to put a straw in the trash can where I was pouring at. And I felt like I felt that was a very dehumanizing experience. Maybe I'm taking it personal, but I'd say that was pretty dehumanizing when there were other trash cans that were open. And, things like that could easily make somebody lash off. But I chose not to. And I'm like, you know what? He wants me to lash out. He wants me to get myself in trouble. He doesn't want me to be here. And this happened in my college that I go to. And he doesn't want me, he doesn't feel comfortable with me being here. But I'm going to be here no matter what. I'm here to get my degree and to get my education so that I can land a good paying job. That's what I'm here for. I'm not here to lash out at other people and get caught up in my feelings. As bad as it was, I can't get myself caught up into that, because if I do, then I'm going to get in trouble, and that's going to hinder me from obtaining the true goal of me obtaining a degree to get a good paying job. So you gotta, when managing your emotions, I think what helps is looking at the long-term picture. Like, okay, I'm angry now that this person did this, but if I act out on that anger, what is it going to look like in the long haul? You know what I'm saying? Like, you got to look at the bigger picture. You got to play chess instead of checkers. Let me say that again. You got to play chess instead of checkers. So you got to look at the whole chessboard, and you got to think like couple moves ahead so that you can potentially win the game. That's the objective of chess, is looking at the bigger picture and seeing what moves you need to make in order to win the game. And the objective for everybody is to win the game. But you can't let the small pawns, you can't let what happens beforehand get to you. You can't let, just because somebody knocked out your queen, that doesn't mean you quit and you give up and you get all mad. You still find a way to win the game. And that's the game of chess, And if you guys don't know the chess pieces, the queen is probably the strongest piece on the board, but it can easily be wiped out, because it can move so much. And I'm just here to tell y'all that life is just like that, y'all. Life is gonna put situations that are gonna provoke you. And you know what it's also doing? When life puts situations in front of you, you know what that's doing? It's testing your patience. And it's seeing how patient you are with others. And I'm not saying you tolerate bad treatment at all. But what I am saying is it's really testing your patience. Like people are going to do things, but it's testing your patience. Whatever irritates you, it's testing your patience. It's seeing if you can tolerate this correctly. And if you don't, and you're going to have to start over, you're going to have to go back to it. But it's going to be more difficult for you to go back, So I'm just here to tell y'all, man, it's important to manage your emotions. And a lot of people, they lash out and very they don't do very good things as a result of lashing out. So I want you guys to really think things through and say, okay, this person did X, Y, and Z, but what is this leading to? They want me out of their presence. So now that I know that, what is my objective goal of being here? Then, like for an example, going to college, like somebody did something to provoke me, and I have to look at the bigger picture and say, what am I here for? I'm not here to, you know, resolve, like, get caught up into this conflict. I'm here because I want to get a degree, you know? And I'm just here to tell y'all that that's what it takes to manage your emotions. You got to look at the bigger picture. And even when you're sad, even when you're disappointed with something, like, you might have a lot of work, but you know that it has to get done. So what do? You still do the work anyway, just even though you don't feel like doing it. Let me tell y'all something, man. There are many days I did not feel like doing work. I'm gonna tell y'all right now. There are many days I didn't feel like staying up late and doing my homework and doing what I gotta do, but because I made the sacrifice, just because I did it, I did it anyway, despite of how I felt. Let me say that again. I did it anyway, despite of how I felt. So I'm just here to tell y'all, man, no matter how you feel, like, your feelings are relevant in certain situations. You got to think of it like, okay, now my feelings, it's not that they're not important, but they're not relevant to the situation. Like, I can be sad all I want, but if I know that there's an assignment due, I have to do the assignment. The feelings are out of the picture. And this is something that is going to come with, like, managing your emotions. When you know you have things to do, you do it. It doesn't matter how you feel. You might be angry, you might be sad, you might be anxious, you might even be happy, but you still got to do it. There are many days, I'm going to tell y'all, man, there are many days I didn't feel like getting up early, but I did. There are many days I didn't feel like trading, but I did. There are many days I didn't want to attend a class lecture, a 3-hour class lecture, but I did. Like, that's what it is. That's what it takes if you want to be successful in anything. You just got to put in the reps now so that you won't regret it later. You do it now so that you don't have to worry so much about it later. And whatever errors you make, you fix it, And I think that's what life is all about, is like doing what you have to do, and then making corrections if you need to. And that's all it is. And today's video, y'all, is manage your emotions. Don't go out here and do something stupid that you're gonna regret. Don't go out here and hurt anybody. Now, protect yourself if you have to, but don't go out here and do something stupid that you're gonna regret and that you're gonna go to jail for, or you're gonna be suspended out of school. Like, it's not worth it. If you look at it from a bigger picture, if you look at it from a long-term perspective, it's not worth the short-term actions. A lot of times, a lot of those, a lot of lashing out, it's not worth it. And I think the situation that I mentioned to you guys, it really taught me patience. It taught me, like, okay, this guy, why is he doing this? He's doing it to provoke me, and why he wants me to react so that I don't attend this school. He doesn't feel comfortable with me attending this school. So you know what I'm gonna do? I'm gonna not say anything, and I'm gonna keep going with my life, and I'm still gonna attend school because I'm here for my degree. And that's what I did, you know. And I'm not saying you should tolerate behavior like this, but I'm saying these situations really teach you like patience, man. Patience nowadays is an underrated skill. A lot of people say, "Oh, I think a lot of people now are into like instant gratification." And I think that's what messes a lot of people up is they want things right now. And sometimes doing things right now isn't it's not called for. It's not what you should be doing. Sometimes you gotta wait it out. It doesn't matter what what's going on. Sometimes you gotta wait it out. You gotta let the storm ride, man. You really do. Like whether it's you going through some frustrations in your life, whether you're going through some hard times, you gotta let the storm ride out, and then eventually it's gonna be gone. You know, nothing in this world lasts forever, and I think that's the good thing. And I think that's something I want you guys to remember is nothing lasts forever, whether it's good times or bad times. And it actually should be a relief. Hey, this frustration or this hard time is not gonna last long. And that's life, y'all. And I want to thank you guys for watching this video. If you're new, please like, comment, and subscribe. Also, share this video with anyone that you guys may know, and hit that notification bell if you guys want more of my upcoming videos. And have a great day, everybody. It's Mark the Greatest. Peace.